Studios is back again with another movie. This one is called Homestead. And if you're not familiar with Angel Studios, they did that movie where the children were trafficked.
Was it called Traffic? 'Cause there's a movie called Traffic.
I think
There's
it was
a
called
couple.
Traffic, and I should have looked that up first.
Okay.
You're calling me on that now, but
That's okay.
remember the movie where the little girl was outside playing and she got taken and her brother or whatever was looking for her?
I've seen so many films like that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think there's at least 2 movies called Traffic. And I've probably seen that one too. But
Okay.
most of them have the same premises. Most of them.
These they make faith-based movies.
Oh, okay. I never knew that until you told me that. Angel
And
Studios.
There was one movie, and I should have wrote that down too, but we did like 6 of these, and that I did see that sometimes they'll email me and say I can get free tickets, and so they did that at the end of this movie. They have a QR code where you can donate so that somebody can see the movie for free.
Okay,
So they try to get the movies known. People can donate to help have movies made, to be able to get tickets for free, all that kind of stuff like that.
That would be nice, since they make faith-based movies, to take one of your church groups on one Sunday. That would be a nice field trip.
But this is like a faith-based movie that's more like a regular movie, but occasionally they mention like, I prayed for you, or can I pray for you? Or they mention God, things like that. It's not like, and it has regular stars that you recognize too. Like, not like
the Amen. I think is it called the Amen Corner? There's a lot of faith. Courageous is another one.
Right.
God's Not Dead. I think they have 3 of those now I've seen. I think I watched part. Did I watch part 2? I think I watched part 2.
Warrior Closet or something.
Yeah, I want to say Amen. I keep wanting to say it's not. You know what I'm talking about?
But it's not like those.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
These are like these kind of. It almost tricked you. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put that out there. This almost tricked me, because this movie is like about an apocalypse. I'm gonna say what it's about.
Yeah, because it was a.
Okay. So it's PG-13. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, we're just gonna get into this.
Yeah, let's get into it, because there's no way to talk around it. It's in the trailer, and it's also if you read the synopsis on.
A nuclear bomb is detonated in Los Angeles.
Wait a minute, we didn't talk about who was in here first. Sorry. Let's say who's in here first. Who's in the movie?
Don Oliveri. Neil McDonough. Bailey Chase.
Okay, now tell us what's going on.
The rest of the actors you might not really recognize, but there's a lot of people in this.
Okay.
All right. So a nuclear bomb is detonated in Los Angeles, and the nation devolves into unprecedented chaos. Ex-Green Beret Jeff Erickson and his family escape to the Homestead, an eccentric prepper's fortress nestled in the mountains. As violent threats and apocalyptic conditions creep towards their borders, the residents of the Homestead are left to wonder, how long can a group of people resist both the dangers of human nature and the bloodshed at their doorstep?
Okay, so let me tell you what I got from this. The feel that I got from this was The Walking Dead without the dead walking. It focuses on personal relationships a lot. There's an apocalypse coming, which is what they think is coming, is an apocalypse, which is how they're moving in there and operating.
They're preparing for it.
Yeah, they're preparing for it. It's almost just like The Walking Dead without the people.
Yeah, and cities are shutting down and things are happening.
Military's lost control. It's like they said, they're living in complete chaos right now, because who thinks we're going to wake up to a nuclear bomb?
Right.
I mean, we never thought that COVID would. That never even crossed my mind. No. COVID never even crossed my mind for the world to shut down. Can you believe that happened while we were alive?
Right. No.
Like, I still don't believe it happened.
Plagues happened way before we were alive, so.
Yeah.
That was our plague.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna read the rest of the stuff because I'm gonna dig in.
Okay.
Co-founder of Angel Studios, Jeffrey Harmon, stated the message of this series, that's what I'm gonna dig into, was to prove that isn't God always doing something incredible even during tough times?
Yes, honey.
Homestead goes on a wild ride through the cracks of civilization, only to reveal that family, community, and love are the ultimate survival advantage. Neil McDonough agreed to play in this project because he liked Angel Studios and was eager to play a non-villain role. Following his performance,
always a villain.
Yeah,
bad guy.
Following his performance as the benefactor in The Shift, which was in 2023, that's the movie that I saw for free. Thank you, Angel Studios.
Okay. I need to link up with them.
I know, right? They emailed me. McDonough had entered into an agreement with Angel Studios to submit some of his projects to the company for optional release should they be approved by the viewers who comprise the Angel Guild. This was the first of his projects to be approved for funding and release.
Wow.
That's pretty dope.
Wow.
Yeah, this is based upon the book series Black Autumn by Jeff Kirkham and Jason Ross. According to the authors, readers would approach them saying, "I loved your book. It scared the hell out of me because it could happen." So you see the trailers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks like one of those apocalyptic movies. And what are they going to do? And like you said, Walking Dead and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was into it. And then I'm going to give a small spoiler here. Small one.
Okay.
That leads to what they said in here that apparently they didn't think was a spoiler.
About the studios?
No, about the movie. So
okay.
One of the little girls draws a picture of the mushroom cloud before it happens. Okay. So we're waiting through the whole movie. This is a spoiler. I'm spoiling this. We're waiting through the whole movie to see how she saw that. Like, what is going on with this little girl?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the end of the movie, like I also mentioned,
they don't tell us
QR code. You can donate, and once you donate, you can see the next part of the series. Yeah, installment of the series.
And it's like, who does that?
Like the movie was like almost half done or something. Like we're waiting to get to the really, really good part.
I figured they were going to try to do a part 2 because of that.
Right. This is like a series. They should have just released this
as a limited series.
On angelstudios.com or
even try to get it to Netflix.
To
or
Netflix
even
or
to Tubi, even somewhere to streaming.
Yeah.
Somewhere to streaming, and it could have been a limited series. And Hulu and Netflix are really good about doing the limited series. Yeah. Or even Paramount or Peacock. They do.
So we got cut off and we're back. I'm just going to do it like that. Okay. I'm not going to try to. I don't have fancy equipment, which is why we say, please donate to our Cash App. Anyway, but
we're just going to pick up where we left off.
You were talking about they could put it on Paramount or something like that.
Yeah, like Paramount, Peacock. Anyways, like the limited series, we love them. I personally love those limited series because it's like one big long movie, but you don't have to sit there and wait for
I felt bamboozled. 2. Okay, I felt
why? Because
cheated.
You thought it was going to be more.
Yeah, and several people said that. No, because I thought that they were going to show a complete movie and not.
No.
If you want to see how this ends up, donate, and then you can see. And I just saw it yesterday.
It's unusual.
And I just briefly made these notes, so I didn't get a chance to go to angelstudios.com to see if you could just watch it without donating, or if you really do have to donate, or if they're going to put it out in the theaters later, or what's going to happen. But that kind of ticked me off.
Are they what do you call them? Is it grassroots projects?
I don't know.
Like where they kind of operate based on donations? I'm wondering now about them because that's unusual.
Maybe so. That might be. But I'm like, how come you couldn't
Angel
tell
Guild
us in the beginning, or like call it part 1, Homestead part 1 or something?
So we would know
going
into it that there's going to be something. Because they left us with that little girl. How does she know that?
Yeah, because they show even like flashes of the next episode. They show like little clips to get you interested, which I am interested.
Now I want to know.
I want to know.
Now you told me. Mm-hmm. Now my head is wondering, is it what I think it is?
But I don't like being tricked into that. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to see a whole movie, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh.
You see an installment.
The part that you really are interested in, you got to wait.
You see an installment.
Or donate, and you can see it as soon as you get home, or, in the car if you.
I'm trying to donate to us. We
right.
We got things we have to buy here. We go see all these movies. We try to keep up with our equipment.
It's Christmas time. I have
wardrobe, hair, glasses, all this. This is the whole shebang that we have to get done. And we appreciate you watching. That's why we appreciate you so much. And that's why we want feedback.
Yeah, so I'm letting y'all know so y'all don't go see it and then get a little disappointed like I was.
It was a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
It was a very slow burn. And then you got some parts, and it's not a lot where it's narrated, but that just made it slower.
Yeah.
I was like, can somebody...
Don Oliveri is like she's narrating.
Yeah, and I was like, just stop.
When my sister couldn't make it, and we.
It just sounded just like her, and it was killing me. It was just like, you've already dragged this on. Can you just stop talking and do whatever's going to be done in the next scene, whether it's ending or there's a new kid? I don't know, but this is slow. It is making me crazy.
I am happy with the way that they ended it, I guess. You know, I'm going to sound like I'm being contradictory. I'm happy with the way that things turned out towards the end of this movie in regards to the apocalypse in the story. But I still feel like you should have told us it was like part 1, Angel Studios. I like y'all, but you should have told us.
Now I'm going to go check it out and see, because there's some stuff I want to know. I think maybe that was the point. Yeah,
I guess so.
You said it felt like trickery, though.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
That was kind of a surprise, because I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
The only time I've seen people asking for donations is when, like, they're not a grassroots project or, you know, a student project or something in that nature, where they need to raise money for the film.
Like I said, they raise the money for the films, and then they also give money for people that can't afford to see the movies, so you get free tickets.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Probably like churches, like I said, churches and stuff.
Yeah, or just even a single person like myself. I got one ticket when I went to see that one movie that one time. You don't have to take a whole bunch and just waste their money.
Yeah.
So I was going to see this movie to review it, The Shift. And they emailed me and they said, "Would you like a ticket?" I said, "Yes, I would." I think I saw it on Facebook. That's where it was, that they were giving away tickets.
Yeah, I know that company.
That's how they ended up emailing me. I saw it on Facebook that you can get free tickets to see The Shift.
The thing is, you have to be there early and wait in line.
I didn't have to be anywhere early and
wait
in line.
You didn't?
No.
Usually they tell you have to be in line.
No.
You know how they give you those tickets sometimes? Yeah. You have to be there early.
No. Now that you can reserve seats, it's like I went
to you do it?
I went to the website, and it takes you to the theater that you want to see it in. You pick your theater. You pick the seat, and they email you the ticket, and then you have your seat, just like if you went to the theater and bought your ticket.
Now I was bypassing that, because for so long when they give you free tickets like that, you have to get there early, like an hour or something early. And people are all camped out in their lawn chairs and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing.
You're talking about screenings, and I used to do that.
Yeah, that is right.
But now that's different
You're correct.
too.
You're
you
correct.
can get there early and get your ticket, your assigned seat. But you know what? I told you about this. When they first started assigning seats at most of these theaters here in Arizona, at least, I was going to see a screening, and this is when they first started going to the theaters that had the assigned seats. And so we went early, we got our seats that we liked, and we went home because it was like 4 hours ahead of time. We don't have to stay in line, we already got our seats. So we get back, there's a longer line at concession than we expected. We get in, they had given away our seats, and we're like, no, these are our seats. So then the people had to get up out of our seats, right? So then the person that's running is like, that's why I don't like these assigned seats. I'm not doing this at the assigned seats anymore. Well, most of the theaters here now, I believe in Arizona, are assigned
I like the assigned seats.
And I like the assigned seats.
Because you don't have to go in looking, if it's a bunch of people looking around, and then if you're with somebody else, you got to find 2 seats, and then you're in between.
I have done that so many times, and I have waited in those lines, and then all of a sudden, everybody and their mama, their whole family. This girl told me, she's like, I don't have a job, so I sit in line, and then my family will come later. And she had a family of like 12, and it was just like me and my dad. Like, we're like, no, that's
12. Now I can see maybe two or 3 hours.
Because you're only supposed to sign up like, get 2 per email. And they all put their emails in and then print them out or whatever for her. And she sat in line, and then they all just come and just got
I'm not doing lines.
I'm not doing that anymore.
You get the ones by email now, and we can reserve our seats. Now I can join, because I've been wanting to join them, because I see it all the time. Like, do you want to see this movie coming out? So you'll see it before everybody else does.
Yep.
And it's free.
Yep.
So cool. So how many clappers would you give Homestead here? It's slow burner.
I'm going to give it 2.5. It was just kind of slow. It was kind of lacking. And then, like I said, they disappointed me with the whole
trickery.
If you want to see the rest, like the part that I was really interested in, we got nothing.
I'm going with the 2.
I don't blame you.
Besides it being slow, it just didn't flick my interest. I mean, if you're talking about apocalypse, I want to see some stuff going down.
I want to see more stuff going down too.
I mean, I like the fact that I knew the characters and, you know, their relationship between each other, but I want to see some stuff going down.
You know, we're at the end of this, so I'm going to give another spoiler. So we're already at the end of this review, basically.
Yep.
But this apocalypse, the freaking nuclear bomb goes off in L.A. I'm just spoiling it all.
Well, let me ask you this really quickly, though. Is that even an apocalypse because somebody let off a nuclear bomb?
Well, because they think that, you know, like I said, other cities were shutting down and things were... I don't know, girl.
Okay, because...
All right, but let me just blow this up. So, if you don't want to have the spoilers, turn it off now. All right.
Okay. She's about to go off in 3, 2, 1.
A nuclear bomb goes off in L.A. This man who's just in his office building and sees the nuclear bomb go off. He sees the smoke and all the stuff.
The puff all up in the air.
And his family does too. And he's like, cover your head, don't breathe the air. And so they get into the car.
Yeah, and I'm like, but you're breathing it.
Yeah, they're breathing it. They get into the car,
what is a
Tesla.
blanket gonna do?
Yeah. And
you still breathe.
And he's breathing it too. And he makes it out. And they make it out fine. There's a point where they go to the store, even though the husband's a soldier, and he's like, do you really need to do that? And she's like, yeah. And the wife is able to get in and get out okay.
And actually get some stuff.
Yeah, even though we see other people fighting outside.
Look, if the world is ending,
dude pulls a gun on them.
You don't need toilet paper or Lysol wipes if the world is about to end, just so you know.
I mean,
they're going chaotic.
I get it. You kind of do, but... I'm just saying, she was able to run into that store fine and run out in just a couple of minutes.
After you're not supposed to be breathing in the air.
Yeah.
All these people are outside breathing in the air anyways.
I would have thought that the nuclear bomb would have spread faster and killed more people. We didn't see any
everybody's
people.
Gonna die if
we
they
didn't
let
see
it go.
any people dead like that.
We didn't see anything explode. Well, we seen some dust, but we didn't see. I want to see some juicy stuff. I want to see a real apocalyptic
And then
movie.
the predictable came, because we're just throwing it all out. We're just spoiling this one. They have this couple that we're focusing on, the soldier, the wife who's obviously military, ex-military. They don't fully say, but she had something to do with military. They got 2 kids. They adopted a daughter. The daughter's the one that saw the vision before it happened. The oldest son's like 17, I believe they said. So the oldest son, he's liking this girl at the homestead, right? So then he wants to prove himself. Dad, I gotta do my part.
Oh yeah, this is a spoiler though.
I said I'm spoiling. I'm blowing it all up.
This is a bad spoiler.
It is. So the mom said, don't send him out there. There's plenty of stuff for him to do. There's farming things. There's animals, because these people were ready. They're
hoarding. I'm sorry, but they're hoarding.
I don't feel like they're hoarding.
They're hoarding behind this wall where all of them are there, and all the hungry people and everybody else. I get it. They can't feed everybody.
The soldier said leave them out, but I would have let those people in.
I don't know if I
don't know if I'd have let them in.
You don't know what to do. What you would do,
but
because
then you're feeding them, and then more come. Like
and
the
then
soldier said.
your food's limited, and now you're down to 2 weeks left of food. Like,
but
I would want to help people,
but I'm gonna tell. Well, let me. Okay, so the son's like, I want to do guard duty, and the mom's like, no, don't put him on guard duty. We're gonna put him all the way in the back where nothing happens. All the way in the back, like my dad said. My dad's talking kind of loud. You put him all the way in the back where you can't get to him quickly, where something probably will happen. So
where people try to sneak in at. Ding.
Yeah, he's back there, and these 2 guys are walking up, and they told him, get on the megaphone.
It was a whole misunderstanding.
Yeah, get on the megaphone and tell the people that they're on private property, they're trespassing. First of all, why didn't they fix that private property chain that they have on their property?
Or
they
put up some signs or something.
Yeah, they had a sign, but it was like down on the ground so people won't see it, right? Secondly, why are you going out for your duty and you don't check to make sure that the battery is not charged?
Yeah, because I barely heard him on the megaphone.
Yeah, thirdly, when the megaphone didn't work, why didn't you say, hey, you have private property? You didn't even try to yell.
Something.
You didn't try to do nothing. So they got the gun kind of pointed at the kids, but they're not sure what they see, these 2 hunters.
What they see is something flickering, like when you see a sniper and you can see the glass from their, from the scope.
Because the kid's got he's the one with the gun, because he's been hunting
they're
before.
They're all armed, because either they've been hunting or everybody's scared that people are going to try to steal from them.
Yeah.
And it's like these huge. This was that, and the one you're about to talk about is like the second time.
Yeah.
Huge
So the dad's like,
happened.
the dad's like, he's pointing the gun at me, Dad. He's pointing the gun at me, and the dad's like, and they told the dad that the battery is dead. Shoot, shoot, shoot. So of course, first they do a warning shot, and the hunters don't move.
Yeah, I didn't get why they just sat there like. Oh, what was that?
What was that?
Dude, that was a gun. You have to know that you're a hunter.
Somebody is shooting?
They didn't duck or nothing. I'm like,
no. And so then the dad tells him to shoot the guy, and he does. And so that affected the young man, of course.
That's something else in their interpersonal relationships. He shouldn't have
shot him like that. He shouldn't have done that.
He traumatized that boy. He was trying to make him I want to say a man.
A man, yeah.
But that wasn't the right way to go about it, especially not at that time. And it was a big misunderstanding. The whole thing shouldn't have happened. Yeah.
And the owner of the homestead, the husband, he's just following the soldiers, what they're advising him of, like keep everybody out.
And it's sad. It's a class thing.
No,
you don't think that if I had money or if I was a doctor, they would let me in before they let you in.
It's a protect our family thing.
And you get it, but you know that the majority of the people. Okay, we know the majority of the people out there are good people. That's just the fact of the matter, because now you're going to have your few stragglers here who looking to come up or steal, or that's just life. That's in anything that you do. But if I'm standing at this gate and you got this food, I get it. It has to be rationed out. We don't know when we're going to eat again. We're not going to get any crops. It's winter time. We can't do anything. I get it. I just don't know what my heart would do looking at people. That's what
the wife's quandary was.
Oh, and it was hurting her heart.
She was praying on it, and she figured out with the help of some other people a way to feed everybody. It's like give somebody a fish, they'll eat for a day. Teach them to fish, and they can fish for a long time. So she got everybody together with their skills and stuff, and they ended up being able to figure out a way to continue to have food and to feed everybody and keep everybody safe. And see, that was good safe.
Because those are the people that come together. Like there was a movie we watched with Gerard Butler, where it was supposed to be some kind of nuclear attack or something. And remember, they only wanted the people who had skills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember
like
that.
We want the doctor. Oh, you're in art, agriculture. We want you. And so I would feel like, what would
I know, because he told his friend, you just make fire. You work on fireplaces. Well, his friend ended up like basically saving everybody's life.
Yes,
because he really had more skills than that.
Yeah. So how dare you insult him like that? And how am I going to sit here and pick these people out to say that because he makes fireplaces that he's not useful?
Right.
Who? How do you know that?
Right. But I get in the beginning they were scared. I was trying to protect myself and my family too in the beginning.
I get it. It's just what was your heart? That would be so heavy on your heart.
I wouldn't call them hoarders, and that was weighing heavy on her, and that would have weighed heavy on me. But I don't know.
They had.
It was hard to tell exactly how many people were out there and stuff too. Where are these people gonna? They're camping outside the gate, but then they just have to camp inside the gate because there's not enough room in the house for everybody to camp.
Which would be fine. Which doesn't make sense because they're still breathing the air in, as we said before. I don't know what happened with that. Okay,
this is where it got confusing too. So the bomb went off in California, but the homestead is in Colorado, in the Rockies. So that's why they were okay to breathe the air. And he said he had a Geiger counter and the radiation. I don't make these movies, but he had a Geiger counter and the radiation didn't make it all the way that far. Yeah.
Okay, so it didn't blow in the air and didn't catch them or anything.
It didn't blow that far at that time.
Okay, this is why we're giving this movie the scores that we're giving.
Somebody who is proficient and knows more about nuclear bombs and what exactly would happen and how far it would reach.
Because I would have thought it would have went pretty much everywhere, but apparently we're incorrect. Yeah. So
I always thought it would be worse than that. We didn't get to see any fallout. We didn't get to see jack.
No.
Really,
But if you're a person who you enjoyed their films and you don't mind the slow burn, because it is a very slow burn, check it out. Am I telling you to run to the theaters and go pay full price for it? Absolutely not.
This movie theater was sold out.
What?
For Homestead, yeah. Because look, Homestead came out on the 18th.
What?
I saw Sonic and I saw Mufasa before I saw it, right?
Yeah,
I was
you seen Homestead last,
yeah,
right?
I was like, I don't know even if I want to see it. And then I saw the trailer again. I was like, it does look interesting. And so I started looking at, theaters and times and stuff. So like no seats left hardly.
Stop it.
No seats. Yeah. A lot of people are, and I don't know if they're all getting free tickets or what, but I doubt it.
Wow. Oh,
theater was like full.
What's the meters they gave it? Because you just blew me away. Because I'd have fell asleep in the theater.
IMDb gave it 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
The tomato meter gave it 38%.
Yeah.
The popcorn meter gave it 78%.
No.
So, like
no.
I said, I like the fact that they actually came together because we have already spoiled stuff.
Yeah.
And figured out a solution on how to feed everybody. But I don't like how you guys tricked us.
You are mad about that?
You tricked us and didn't tell us this was part one of several parts, apparently, the way they said it.
You should have told us. Let us know. But anyway, as you can see, we had to dig into that a little bit. She had some stuff to say on here.
Sorry.
So
I'm sorry that I spoiled. Normally, we'd be like, no spoilers, no spoilers. I had to spoil this one.
So I said, honestly, I wasn't going to see it until you said you wanted to see it. So I figured, okay, we'll review it.
I was waiting to see some real apocalyptic type stuff, man.
But that
no.
That ain't what we see.
No, you saw people in the Homestead.
You have our review.
It's called Homestead.
It is. You have our review of the movie Homestead. So I'm not recommending that you go to the theaters to see it. There is no more Red Box. Well, there is a Red Box still. It's still at Walgreens, but you can't do anything. Like you can still see the movies.
I don't even see the boxes,
but
anymore.
you can't rent anything.
If it's streaming on something that you already paid for,
a streaming service,
or Tubi or something, and you're like, I'm just curious. Then I would say check it out.
Okay, yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Because it wasn't the worst movie I've seen in my life. I just personally am like, if it's a series, let us know it's a series before I get my butt in there and expect to see the whole movie.
Or a part 2 that you have to go to another site to finish and see. So yeah. So don't forget, as far as Jules and I go, don't forget that we are on Cash App. Any donations are appreciated.
Very much.
We take requests. You don't have to donate anything to make a request. Just let us know what genre. Doesn't matter what genre it's from.
It's
let
my
us
birthday
know you want to see. Yes, it's her birthday tomorrow. Request a film. Something from Marvel or DC, since she's like more versed in those than I am.
December is my birthday month.
So happy birthday, Jules.
Thank you.
And don't forget, so outside of Cash App, we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. And we are on Instagram. And sometimes Instagram will cut us off if we're more than 15 minutes. But no
probably
worries.
this one.
No worries. Just go to YouTube and subscribe. Go to Facebook, like, share. We want to say thank you to Bitchy Boo and Iris Pena and Sean Burley, who often talk with us or share our posts. Yes, share away. Share away. Talk to us. Let us know. Maybe there's something in these movies that we didn't know and we would like to know. So
we really appreciate that. We really appreciate all of you.
We really do. So thank you very, very much for tuning in. We want to say happy holidays. If the holidays hasn't passed, right now it's only a couple days before Christmas. So we got this little bit of downtime. We're not in the hustle and bustle of it because we're just not doing that anymore. We're doing online shopping and all of that. But Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a Happy New Year to you all. And we will see you back soon. All righty? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.